What is going on, guys? Welcome to this episode of Jag Fishing. A lot of times I have subscribers asking me, how do you self-film on a kayak? Well, I set everything up on my kayak just the way I would if I was going fishing. Now, usually when I'm out on my kayak, I'll use either 2 or 3 camera angles, and I'm going to go over every single one of these with you guys. But the positioning and placement of the cameras on the kayak isn't everything. I'm also going to go over all the gear I use to make all this possible. So one of my favorite angles to get when I'm kayak fishing is almost as if a bird's eye view, an overhead view rather, of what I'm doing and what I'm seeing and everything around me. All the other cameras are pointing straight in front or straight back. So if something cool happens close to me or on the side, I'm really not going to be able to capture that unless I have this angle. Now, when using this, one thing that could be a major downfall for you if you're not prepared is changing the battery. I have a GoPro attached here. The battery life on it is at best 1 hour if you're lucky. Now, the last thing you want to be doing is stopping your activity, whatever you're doing, just to change the battery on the GoPro. So to eliminate that pain in the ass, what I did is I got myself this portable battery pack. Now, this bad boy right here will probably give me about 10 to 12 hours of power consistently for the GoPro. And what's really cool about it is this actually has a little solar panel, so if it's a sunny day, this thing actually keeps charging. So what I do is I just res this in a safe place on the kayak, as is, and then I have a 6-foot USB charging port right here, or charging cable rather, and I just wrap it around the boomstick all the way up to the GoPro, keep it connected, and I will never run out of juice here. Obviously, unless you're dealing with an older GoPro, they all have voice commands, so you just say GoPro start recording or GoPro stop recording, and it's going to do everything for you on voice command. You don't have to worry about trying to reach back there and doing anything at all. Just make sure you got yourself a good size SD card. Now that we got the overhead view over there, this is a very important part over here, the front of the kayak. Now what I got over here is from Amazon. It cost me, I think, like 12 bucks. It's a little camera holder that you can attach to whatever you please. In my case, obviously a kayak. It comes with 3 screws. This thing's not going anywhere, so it's extremely safe. And this is meant for any camera or GoPro holder. You just screw it on here tightly. The cool thing about it is if you're choosing to use only 2 camera angles and you want to utilize the overhead view, this will allow you to spin the camera whichever way you want. And over here what I'm doing is this actually has a little cell phone holder, I believe it's called, or a water bottle holder, I don't know, but it's got this little string attached. So the way I utilize this as a camera angle is I get one of these little octopus tripods for the GoPro. I put it behind this stretchy line over here, I strap it in good, and there's the GoPro right here recording me and all my actions. So now if I really want to use all 3 angles and I want to go crazy, I have the overhead view of the kayak from the back. I have the camera over here, which is going to be facing me, recording everything I'm doing, whether I'm talking to the camera, narrating my video, or whether you just want to see my reaction. And of course, way in front, you can put a camera over here, which is going to shoot either at yourself or in front of the kayak if you want to record the scenery around you. This is a great spot for it, and this actually holds my DSLR camera. Now, the only reason you guys don't see my DSLR camera on here right now is because that's what I am using to record this video. But guys, now that we are all set up, we got our cameras and our battery pack back there, there's a couple of more issues we're going to have. So I'm going to go over them right now. Alright guys, so now I am in the kayak, I am fishing, I am going down a nice little river, whatever it is you're doing. I have my GoPro over here, which it's pretty cool because it's easily accessible. I can reach for it whenever I want. I have my little battery packs over here. I can switch them out, that's not a big deal. The camera over here, yes, it's still reachable. It's a little further out, so I'm able to record whatever I want in front of me. You might need to adjust a little bit, but that's not a problem. The biggest problem is to be able to get to that camera right there. That's why it is important that the camera used for an overhead, you're not going to be able to access it no matter how hard you try without flipping the kayak. So 2 good things to keep in mind. Make sure you have voice activation in order to operate the camera without having to go hands-on. And 2, make sure you have a consistent power supply. That's why I have the battery pack, which is right over here, guys. It is safely secured in the back of my kayak. It's providing plenty of power to my GoPro, so that thing's going to be recording the whole time. Now, if you're making a decent video, and unless you're making a cinematic video, a huge thing is going to be audio. Especially if you're out in the open, the water, you are going to be able to hear every little piece of wind there is. Now, what I did to eliminate that problem is I have this little wireless mic right here, which I'm wearing right now. This is what you guys are hearing me through. This one here is called a Rode Wireless Go. It runs, I think, now about $150 to $200 on Amazon. Now, the cool thing about them having these little ports over here to charge is if you have a wireless or, portable power bank, just like the one I have hooked up to my camera in the back right now, you can just plug it in and it's going to give you juice as you're recording. Alright, so you guys were able to see how I self-film on my kayak, the way I do it, the way I operate it. Now, as I said in the beginning of the video, it is extremely important to not just worry about the camera angles. Make sure you have a power source. Who cares if you have this cool GoPro over here and it's getting you a cool shot, but it dies after 45 minutes. You're nowhere near shore, or you're unable to get to shore because you can't access it for whatever reason. And now you're dead in the water, essentially, with a GoPro that's not working. So besides having cool camera angles, guys, let's remember, let's have good audio if you're going to be recording something that has sound, and let's make sure we have some juice to be able to film these cool shots from these cool angles. Alright guys, that's how I do it. So I hope you guys were able to learn something. Hopefully you got some cool advice from this video. If it did help you out, please leave me a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, share the video with your friends, and if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel. And hopefully the next video is going to be of me fishing. See ya!